Hello and a very warm welcome to Summer Money. I'm Leanne Jones. Ahead on the show, we'll be catching up with Aussie entrepreneur and retail expert Adam Hudson on what to expect from Amazon taking on the Aussie market next year. Cameron Cusher from CoreLogic RP Data outlines the key takeaways from December's Home Value Index. And later on in the program, we'll check in on all of the latest economic news from Australia and, of course, across the globe. But first up, the retail market has been parting from its traditional ways, with online shopping uniquely catering to the fast-paced world that we live in. We've already seen companies falling off the perch and some of our biggest retail names lose value. Soon we'll have a real giant coming to eat at the Aussie retail table. So what's the key to surviving, better yet prospering in the retail sector? Well, for more insight into how Aussie retailers are faring and how Amazon plans on trumping the sector, Adam Hudson, Reliable Education founder, is joining us live from Brisbane. Adam, very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
My pleasure, Leanne. Great to be here.
Now, Adam, let's start off just with the broader retail space. I mean, this Boxing Day and Christmas period just gone was tipped to be one of the biggest on record. I think Aussies were expected to spend over $7.5 billion in that first week of trading post-Christmas. Of course, we are still waiting for those final numbers. Despite a good end, though, would you say overall it's a pretty difficult time for Aussie retailers?
I think definitely brick and mortar retailers for sure. I think we've got big changes afoot. Definitely with Amazon planning to come down under, we're going to see some big changes down here for sure in the coming months, but we're definitely in the middle of disruption.
Now, looking ahead, are you confident that those healthy sort of sales numbers will flow on from this gift-giving season? What's your outlook for retail sales in 2017?
Yeah, look, I think we're going to see a continued growth in 2017. I think the US economy is going well and will continue to go well under the new president-elect. So I think we're going to see strong numbers next year. We're going to see, though, a shift from, brick and mortar retail spending toward online retail and Amazon and other platforms like that leading the charge.
All right, let's get straight into it and in fact talk about the implications of Amazon coming to Australia next year, because there certainly is no denying that they are looking to take on the retail market with a vengeance. Tell us a little more about their plans here in Australia and how you think it might disrupt the overall retail industry.
Well, look, I think if the rumours are true and they are actually going to open Amazon fulfilment centres here in Australia, it's going to be a huge disruptor for the market, because what a lot of Australians don't realise is Amazon has a program called FBA, which enables retailers to have not only their products distributed or advertised on the Amazon platform, but also warehoused by Amazon and fulfilled by Amazon. And what that means to the Australian consumer is there's hundreds of thousands of independent online retailers in the US that can simply immediately pull their listings into the Australian market, have their inventory shipped to an Australian Amazon fulfillment centre, and then have those retail offering literally hundreds of thousands of boutique brands that have never been available in this country before, that have been profitable and operating in an extremely competitive retail market like Amazon. And Australian consumers are going to be seeing those brands for the first time here in Australia that are experts in online retailing, and it's going to be so easy for them because Amazon provides the distribution, the IT, the traffic, the customer, the whole lot. So it's going to be an enormous shift, especially for those that are not operating at a high level right now in the online space.
And it's not just those massive warehouses that you talk about there. I think they're also looking at opening physical stores. I mean, what would be the thought process behind doing that? Obviously, Amazon is traditionally known for their online capabilities, their super quick delivery and so forth. So what would be the attraction of actually going into a physical Amazon store?
Well, I think the online stores are really going to only showcase a handful of products. Obviously, they've got, millions of products across their entire platform. It'll really just showcase the products. If they're modelled like anywhere else in the world, it'll showcase the products that are often given to Prime members, things like the Amazon Echo and so on. Because in the US, they have Amazon Prime, which is a subscription service where people pay $99 a year in order to be a member. And in exchange for that, they not only get free 2-day shipping of most items on Amazon, but they also get access to these devices which are hugely in demand, like mobile phones and Echo and so on, at discounted prices. They also get access to Amazon Television, all part of their Prime membership. So Amazon TV, just like Netflix will be coming, I imagine, as well. So I think it'll just really be as part of an overall strategy to get people to sign up for their Prime program. There's 1 in 2 American households now estimated to be Amazon Prime customers, households that are paying $100 a year for the right to shop on Amazon. So Jeff Bezos is famous for really having a much broader view of building consumer trust between themselves and the customer, and then owning a bigger share of everything they spend, from grocery to online retail to the whole lot. So I think it's just part of an overall play to get Amazon's visibility into their mind. So that's my thinking on it.
Mm-hmm. We are actually going to bring up a chart that tells us a little bit more about where Amazon sits within this whole space. I mean, if you had any doubt that traditional retail is being disrupted by Amazon, these numbers should dispel that doubt forever, I think. Whilst almost every major US retailer has lost market value in the past 10 years, we can see that on the screen at the moment, Amazon's grown 1,910%. I mean, that is huge growth, probably far greater than anyone had thought.
Yeah, look, Amazon's a beast. I've been living in the US for the last 5 years, and I've witnessed it firsthand, just purely in the boxes that are piled up outside of people's doors around the country. That chart that you're showing is absolutely remarkable. The only major retailer in the US that's worth more today than it was 10 years ago is Walmart, and it's up only 2%, whereas Amazon at the same time frame is up over 1,900%. It's just exploded, and I don't think most Australians really understand how much it is taking over in the US. I mean, 50% of American households are literally paying for the right to shop on the platform. So, they've just created enormous consumer trust. And with just this past Christmas, they did their first drone delivery in the UK. From click to delivery was 13 minutes. So, they're just not only disrupting retail, but they're disrupting logistics as well. Imagine how much of a transition of or movement of cash is going to move when you can literally be sitting at home and have a drone drop off your son or daughter's football boots on a Saturday morning 15 minutes after you realised that you needed them. Why would you load everyone into the van and go down to the shopping centre and fight for a park? This is reality. I remember when the patent came through for their drones, people laughed at them, and now they're doing it live today. So really exciting times for Amazon. It's certainly going to be disruptive. They're disrupting multiple industries at the same time, and it's so exciting for the Australian consumer.
Speaking of those disruptions, I mean, retailing collapses in Australia have really hit the news lately. Pumpkin Patch, Masters stores, Dick Smith, Payless Shoes, just to name a few. With Amazon sort of lurking in the background, do you think there is more to come?
I think there absolutely is. In fact, it's not just in Australia. It happened in the US this past year as well. Sports Chalet, a couple of other major brands over there are collapsing. Foot traffic in the US over this holiday season was reportedly down 10% in shopping malls across the country. In some of the Amazon fulfillment centres, 2 of them this year surpassed 1 million packages a day out of a single fulfillment centre, and there's about 60 fulfillment centres in the US of more than 1.5 million square feet per facility. So while we're seeing a major contraction in brick and mortar retail, we're seeing an explosion in online retail. And what's really remarkable about Amazon is, they're still outpacing their competitors by a massive margin. They're so far ahead of every other online retailer in terms of things like drone delivery and all the other technologies that they've been investing in for years. So I think you're going to see Amazon really start to dominate as their full picture and their full plan starts to come into play with groceries and the whole thing that Jeff Bezos has been working on, his master plan.
And it certainly is really phenomenal. We're going to have to watch it pretty closely as it enters our shores here. Adam Hudson, we'll leave it there, but it's been wonderful talking to you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Leanne. Bye for now.
We are going to take a break. On that note, when we return, we'll find out what's in store for the property market this year with CoreLogic's Cameron Kusher.